Alright, so yo, and welcome back to Tales of Arc. And if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But anyways, back to some Mabinogi, the Waves Amidst the Calm. Last time we had to explore the Crom Bás castle all on our own. That did not end well. I got utterly destroyed, even with unlimited revive. I tried asking for some help, but then people were like, why do you need help? It's just do quest mode, it's unlimited revive. And I understand to a point that they don't care, because they're pretty much like, just bang your head on it until you get through. And I unfortunately did eventually, after like 1 or 2 hours. So if I do have to do it again, I'm getting help. I'm not gonna bang my head on this mission thing for like 2 hours. Sure, if I probably had better skills and better stats, and I could probably get through it easier. But I guess it is what it is. But anyways, I think she said we have to go back in again. So let's see. Rail is discussing something intently with Gilak, but finally notices you're present. Ah, there you are. I was just about to go out looking for you, Ursulith. Man, I really love her theme. It's so great. Huh? Of course I'm talking to you. There's no one else around besides you. Me and Gilak anyways. I want to update you on the latest discovery. I was continuing to survey the area around the castle with the investigation team, and we stumbled upon something very interesting. Riel shows you an old book. This is a diary I received from a ghost I found wandering near here. You skim through several sections of the diary. Let's see, there are pages about the Arusan ate for lunch that day, updating how Arusan is feeling, notes about the color and conditions of Arusan paw. In fact, the entire diary seems to consist solely of mundane information about Arusan. Most of it isn't particularly useful, but if you look at the bottom paragraph here, Riel flips to a place in her book where she places a marker, then points to a specific section. Arusan often marks individual who gets on their nerves with a unique brand. Bristling with dark energy, those marked with this brand are practically as good as dead. One day, however, I saw one of the test subjects rid themselves of Arusan's brand. Seemed as though using a certain skill caused the brand to dissipate. I didn't see exactly what kind of skill they use, but torture does have a wonderful way of loosening even the most steadfast tongue. Rael frowns in disgust at the mention of torture. After a short pause, she continues on to the intrigue for the following day. I interrogated the test subject yesterday, but didn't find out much. Their lists were sealed tight. All I got out of them was the whatever skills require perfect training. And that brand itself is unavoidable once the saturation of dark earth becomes high enough. Then they started babbling about some sort of special creative power other than healing. I don't expect this fellow will be doing much talking anymore, so now there's no choice but to. Riel falters and purposely skip over a certain part rather than read about it aloud. He probably killed him. This diary must have belonged to one of Arusan's lackey. To think another life seen senselessly sacrificed for their dark design. Riel barely managed to keep her seething ire in check as she continues. If my hunch is correct, Arusan's special brand can be dispelled by using a certain perfectly trained skill. What, counter? However, the passage suggests even this will not avail the brand if the atmosphere is too saturated with dark earth. Special creative power, it's all rather vague, isn't it? There's a lack of concrete details, so we don't know yet exactly what skill it might be. But since you run into Arusan in there, I figured this info might prove useful for you. I know it's my job to read, analyze, and interpret any clues or information we find and present that's in the clear and concise manner, but so it's difficult for me when I come across details like this. It's one thing to know that Fulham and Arusan and their cronies will show us no mercy. But to read a detailed account of their atrocity turned my stomach. How could they do such horrific things? Riel's shoulders slump as she falls silent. Taking a moment to calm her quivering voice, she slowly raises her head until her eyes meet yours. Nonetheless, I hope that perhaps the seed of our hope are even now germinating in the field of ruins they tilled. As always, don't hesitate to let me know if there's anything I can do to help. We'll make sure to reach out to you right away if we happen upon any new information. Man. Brielle is pretty brave for her to still go through all this, even though how harsh it is. But I guess in her mindset, she's like Goku during that one movie, the dragon movie. No, it's the one with the flying cockroach thing, where everyone's like down. Then Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, where he's like, what was it he said? Or he's like, if I don't do it, who will? And then he does Dragon's Fist. I guess it's like that, in her way. If she doesn't do this or solve this, who will? So, I guess I understand where she's going, why she's like struggling, or... Is it struggling? No. I guess she is struggling. Like, pushing through. Especially helps that we're here with her in Gilak. So, that's nice. No. Ooh. What I do? What do you want me to do? An unwelcome guest. Talk to bro at the entrance of Crom Bás. Ursulith. Hello, Ursulith. I contact you via Express Out because we recently uncovered some new information about the pendant we found in Crom Bás. We all discovered a Nelger sigil on the ground of Crom Bás. It's different from the serpentine sigil you found, and it will be faster if you just see it for yourself. Here, take a look. Accept. You're not in agreement with Brielle's proposal. Brielle motions to you while Gilak rummages through his pocket, and then... Wait a second. As Brielle sends something's amiss, a spine-tingling vibration washes over you. He's coming. Oh, this time he's coming to us. God, he brought the goddamn grannies. Prolom. You meddlesome whelps, you just had to keep pressing onward, scurrying around my castle like vermin. Was violating the sanctuary of a man's memory too meager a thrill? Prolom, stop. I don't know what you've been through or why you're doing what you're doing, but I can't just let you blithely walk into the abyss. You hurt so many, yourself included, and I think you understand that on some level. But it's not too late. I know from the experience that even when you do something wrong, there's always a way to make it right. Sometimes they just gotta die. I'm sorry. That's true for everyone, even you. Yes, we can just kill him. Silence, human. Like, what is he? Like, we know he's like mixed between like... What is it? Is it like divinity? What did they say it was? Divinity and human, or divinity and formers or something like that? But he has horns, so unless those are just for decorations. With a wave of his hand, Fulham signals those under his command to prepare for battle. That voice cracked. If you would wriggle your way through my domain, then I shall grind you beneath my boots like the worm you are. Alright. Oh, what? Wow. I thought I'll do more. Your sense of direction has been distorted by Fulham's interference. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is it like Maple Story when I get the backwards thing? Yes, it is. Is this like a stalling? Alright, if anything, I gotta kill this grandma. Grandma has to die. Grandma has a lot of health. Alright, take the spear. Every single time, let me do it. I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I'm about to die. Is it? Oh god, this is a Maple Story. Bro, heal better. Heal better. Motherfucker's healing himself. Alright, we should focus on taking out the ads, though. God, this stupid thing. I hate when he bonks you. It seems so relaxed and chill as he just killed you. As you persevere against the swarm of enemies flooding from the castle, Furlong shoots you a malevolent glare, addressing you directly. Well, I admit I have my I may have underestimated you, Malaysian. God, I feel like that's just such a dirty term when we're like called out like boy. Fulham, stop this, please. Fulham's face contours, the very portrait of a man barely able to keep his rage from boiling over. Shut your mouth. How dare you beg to me, human? Oh, there goes Brielle. Brielle makes a sweeping gesture with his hand, conjuring a powerful wave of energy that sends Brielle flying. Brielle, no! Brielle, I was walking down a dark path just like you. That's why I want to hear your story. Goddamn Naruto. To know more about what you've gone through. After all, we both diverged from the life we were fated to live. Here are Brielle's impassionate plea. Frola merely laughs. Talk is cheap, and I had my fill of your worthless plea. Oh, you're done your best trying to convince me, but your effort to sway me serves but to stoke the furnace of my rage. Matters may have taken an unforeseen direction, but the wheels of fate has already begun to turn. Frola turns to face you. If you continue rampaging through the castle... Damn, this music's like hype as hell. Where was this during G12, when there was no music? I have no doubt we'll meet again, Ursula. But you will rule that day for the fully complete embodiment of destruction. Yo, bro, I heard that term so many times. Glass, solemn. Well, what's the point of having titles if you guys can't live up to it? We'll be there to snatch all the hope from your grasp. Oh, typical villain bullshit. He should have just finished this, I'm not gonna lie. As Fulham threats rings in your ear, he vanished before your eyes. With a wave of his hand, the black fog disappearing with him. Brielle, please, tell me you're alright. Ursula, how are you feeling? I mean, I'm living. I'm hurt, but I'm surviving. Gilak looks back and forth between you and Brielle, worry filling his gaze. I'm fine, Gilak. You of all people should know I'm hardier than I look. There's so much damage to this camp. Yeah, I'll see to the wounded soldiers right away. Bro, you're in no condition to be moving around. You should rest. I'll oversee the cleanup effort. I'm totally fine. There's no need to nag. Either way, if it weren't for you, Ursula, the damage would have been far, far worse. I'm glad you were there. For now, I'm going to tend to the injured. Gilak heads towards the wounded soldier. Pain moans and shout hangs over the entrance of the Crom Bás like a darkened cloud. Of course this dude this guy pulled up game was on point. He went up, shot us, and we're like, fuck. Essentially, I even went trans because, you know, people only transform and go paladin and go demigod when they're about to die. They never, well, I guess if you still do the, hey, let's transform before 6 a.m. thing. But that's only like, oh shit, pop it moment, you know? At least I didn't die and lose all my blessing again, thank God. Gilak is dashing to and fro, tending to the wounded soldiers. Moan of pain echoes throughout the area. Oh, it hurts so much. We braced your shin bone with a splint, so you feel some initial discomfort. Now, come on, you're a tough-looking guy. You come back from far worse than this, right? Gilak, sensing your presence, looks up from the soldier he's treating. Ah, it's you, Ursula. There have been, things have been so hectic around here that I didn't notice your arrival. You must be here for that sigil, right? I can barely keep track with what everything's been going on. Gilak fishes around in his pocket until he finds the sigil in question and hands it over. Isn't that like the thingy? I've seen that symbol. Here you go. Brielle and I went around. You're from France? French? Like the flower thingy-majiggy? I don't know. I went around ahead and performed the initial analysis. This one is cast in a shape similar to, yes, a fleur-de-lis. However, rather than the lily, we believe to be closer to a representation of the iris, and so have been calling the iris blossom sigil in our note. Gilak looks up as he ponders aloud. Yeah, curious, isn't it? The sigil we found so far have symbols that feel ominous, like a serpentine symbol, or are linked to a specific individual, like iris and butterfly sigil. But even after some animated discussion, Brielle and I couldn't figure out what this one is supposed to represent. Top of that, it seems completely unrelated to Falum. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out as more pieces of this puzzle comes together. Brielle has something she wants to tell you about the pendant, so you should meet up with her. I'll likely be here for the next couple hours tending to the wounded. Elok turns away, focusing his attention on the injured soldier. Find Brielle to help, to hear what she discovered about the empty pendant. This lame-ass medic was so useless. Where's your arcana? Where's your healing arcana? Should have been more useful. Your healing sucks ass. God, I wish I had healer arcana. I don't. I think the next one I'm going for is part of the elemental bomber. I'm like 35 right now. Still have no link because I'm still not sure what I want to focus on. I might want to focus on the elemental knight, or maybe if there's a lance one. Because, you know, I just want to do something different. I know Dark Diviner is probably the best, the most OP out of the other two, and the Arcana Bomber thingy is probably the second. So, yeah. Actually, I should go ask for healing. For all I know, I might have to go back inside and fight these super hard dudes again. Oh, my pet was useless. I wonder, do you get a stronger pet later? Because right now, it's not cutting it well for this content anyways. But to be fair, this is for in-game player. And I'm like still at the very beginning of the game, I would say. Because this has this whole, hey, you can't heal. Hey, these things de-summon your pet. Just like when I got carried for Phantasm earlier into my Mabinogi Let's Play. There's like things that unsummon your pet, so I guess it's like in-game stuff where in-game players don't rely on pets that often, so. Oh, hey there. Despite trying to greet you warmly, it appears that Brielle's in poor spirit. Her shoulder droops limply as she stares down at the ground. I'm sorry, I feel like I just made things worse by trying to step in. Assure her that it is fine. You give Brielle a gentle pat on her shoulder, Ursula. I know, it's hard. She's pushing herself through a lot, like I mentioned earlier. Even all this, because if no one's going to do it, this will just stay the same, or things worse can happen. Like, most heroes don't do what they have to do because people ask it of them. They do it because they want to do it. Kind of like, damn, a lot of anime reference My Hero Academia when Deku just starts running and helping Bakugo against a slime guy. He just started moving on his own. Because if no one would, he would. He has to. Or like, maybe I shouldn't say that one. You know better than anyone that what I've been through, and I'm sure you can see the similarities here. Keep thinking there must be some reason why Fulham would choose such a dark path. Nothing would excuse what he's done, but even so, I want to hear things from his perspective. In his own hands, I understand. Like, should we blame him or his circumstance or his situation, the product of his surrounding as he grew up, as he was molded by everything around him, by all his mistreatment, all his abuse, everyone's hatred of him? Brielle brooded silently for a moment before looking to you once more. Anyway, let's get back to the matter at hand. As I mentioned, I made some progress on my research into the pendant, Ursula. Brielle presents you with a pendant that looks much like the one you found in Crom Bás, though in much better condition. I had a nagging feeling I'd seen a pendant like that before, and as it turns out, one of the soldiers on the investigation team has one just like it. I think if we rub the back of the tarnished pendant with some mandrake-infused water, it just might. Brielle turns the pendant over, applies a few drops of mandrake-infused water to it, and gives the locket a vigorous rub. As the luster begins to return, a faint engraving can be seen on the back. What is that? It's like a magic sigil? I've never seen it before. It's like a lily. Like a sunflower thing. I knew it. You see the design lightly etched there? Damn, my voice. That's the emblem of Belfast Island. Never mind, I don't know shit. We know the memories contained in this pendant are Fulham's. and this strongly implies that he has or has some connection to the city of Belvast. We also uncover a bit about the newest addition to our sigil collection. Rail points to Iris Blossom sigil Gilak handed to you. Gilak and I spent some time analyzing it before you got here. Your reaction was frank, but we did detect a resonance with both the Butterfly sigil and the Serpentine sigil. My theory is that the weakened resonance is due to it being worn and damaged in the places. However, you'll be glad to know I took special precautions to keep you out of danger this time, Ursulith. Are we going back in? Rael clasps this tarnished Iris Blossom sigil in her hand, reciting an incantation that caused the sigil to begin glowing faintly. Then, perfect. That's much better. It's not a perfect restoration, but this should allow us a clearer view of memories within. The easiest way to think of it, is that I temporarily revert the sigil to past form. That's overpowered. The object memory of its own former state, if you will. We need to hurry though, the enchantment won't last too long, and the sigil will likely have reverted to its present state by the time we view its memory as you ready to see them, Ursulith. Oh wait, hold on. I think this would be a long mission. Let me pull up the wiki so I can see. Oh, goddamn, unzoom, goddamn stupid ass iPhone. All right, then I'll probably call the video here then. Seems like there's a lot more. But anyways, with that said, it looks like we're going to another memory unless we get Inception again. Yeah, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.